The movie begins with a magician named Hector who is working hard to make a name for himself in New York City. He is very talented at dancing, singing, and playing the piano, but he is not getting any work in any theater. One day he goes to buy an animal to perform magic tricks with. While looking around, he hears someone humming. He follows the sound and sees a small crocodile inside a cage, singing. Hector really likes the crocodile and decides to buy him, naming him Lyle. When Hector brings Lyle home, Lyle is very scared. But when Hector starts playing music, Lyle joins in and dances beautifully. Now, Hector needs to book a theater to perform his show. Since he has no money, he has to mortgage his house. He works very hard with Lyle and puts up posters all over the city for their show. Finally, the day of the show arrives, but as soon as Lyle steps on stage, he gets very nervous. Seeing so many people, he freezes in fear. The show fails badly and Hector loses everything. He has to leave his house and hides Lyle in the attic while he searches for a way to earn money in the city. 18 months later, the Prim family moves into the house. Mr. Prim is a teacher, and Mrs. Prim loves to eat green vegetables. She has also written many books. Their son Josh is afraid of the fast-moving life in the city, so he does not do much after moving in. When they reach their new home, they meet their neighbor Mr. Grumps and his cat Loretta. Just like his name, Mr. Grumps is a grumpy man. He warns them that if they break any neighborhood rules, he will call the police. Despite their grumpy neighbor, the Prim family is happy in their new home. Josh has a camera, but on the first night he gets scared when he hears strange noises coming from the attic. He goes upstairs and finds Lyle inside a glass case, acting like a statue. Josh thinks Lyle is just a fake crocodile, so he ignores him and goes back to bed. The next morning, Mrs. Prim takes Josh through the crowded streets of New York to school to help him overcome his fears. But Josh's first day at school does not go well. He finds it hard to make friends and spends the whole day alone. When he returns home, his neighbor's cat, Loretta, comes to his window and drinks his bowl of milk. Josh brings her inside and plays with her. Suddenly, he hears those strange noises from the attic again. Curious, he takes Loretta with him to investigate. As soon as they enter, they see Lyle moving. Loretta gets scared and jumps onto Lyle. Surprised, Lyle opens his mouth wide and Loretta falls straight into his belly. Josh is completely shocked and starts screaming. At that moment, Lyle jumps out of the window and runs away. Josh, desperate to save Loretta, runs after him. Even though he is afraid of heights, he overcomes his fear and climbs down. Meanwhile, Mr. Grumps hears all the noise and starts getting suspicious. Mr. Grumps starts to feel that something is wrong. Meanwhile, Josh keeps chasing Lyle and ends up in a deserted alley. There, a man tries to rob him, but as soon as Lyle sees this, he lets out a loud roar, scaring the thief away. With that same roar, Loretta, the cat, also pops out of Lyle's belly, completely fine. Now, Josh does not know the way back home, so Lyle helps him return. After that, Josh walks confidently through the streets and reaches the train station. He is no longer afraid and goes to school all by himself without needing his mom's help. At school, Josh tries to make friends with a girl named Trudy in the library, but he is so nervous that he cannot say a word. Trudy does not wait and just walks away. That night, Josh goes out again with Loretta and Lyle. Spending time with Lyle helps Josh overcome his fears. They sit on the rooftop and enjoy eating Swedish food, something Josh never tried before because of his mom. Then he shares something personal. Mrs. Prim is not his real mother. His real mom passed away when he was only 2 years old. Talking about it makes him a little sad. Lyle cannot speak, so instead he starts singing. This cheers Josh up, and he sings along with Lyle. The next morning, Mrs. Prim comes upstairs and is completely shocked to see her son with a huge crocodile. She thought she had only heard strange noises at night, but now she sees Lyle in front of her. She quickly grabs Josh and runs out of the room. Lyle tries to calm her down by singing a sweet song, but Mrs. Prim is too scared. She takes Josh outside and calls her husband. However, Josh explains to her that Lyle is his only friend and has helped him be happy again. For Mrs. Prim, nothing is more important than Josh's happiness, so she finally agrees to let Lyle stay. Josh goes to school, and when Mrs. Prim returns home, she hears strange noises again. She goes upstairs and finds Lyle happily taking a bath. This scares her so much that she runs straight to the kitchen. To calm her down, Lyle sings another sweet song and even starts cooking for her. Watching Lyle cook reminds Mrs. Prim of her happy old days. Soon, she joins him in baking a cake. Afterward, they do some painting together. That That night, when she goes to bed, she feels so happy that Mr. Prim becomes suspicious. He wonders why she is suddenly so cheerful when she has never been this happy with him. When Josh returns from school, he finds Lyle dancing with his mom. He happily joins them, and later that night, they all go exploring the city together. But their loud fun makes Mr. Grumps even more suspicious. He installs cameras outside his window to spy on them. One morning, Mr. Prim sees his wife making pizza and jokingly asks if she has found someone new in her life. To clear up his doubts, Mrs. Prim finally tells him about Lyle. The moment Mr. Prim sees Lyle, he completely panics and runs away. Just then, there is a knock at the door. It is Hector. Seeing Lyle, Hector gets very angry because he had abandoned Lyle and left him behind. Hector slowly convinces Lyle to sing again by singing to him. Meanwhile, Mrs. Prim calls the landlord and finds out that, according to Hector's contract, he is allowed to stay in the house for 15 days each year. That night, Hector, Josh, and Lyle sing and play music until late, making it hard for Mr. Prim to sleep. The next morning, Mr. Prim gets frustrated and goes out for a run alone. Later, Mrs. Prim, Josh, and Hector take Lyle out to explore the city. No one could have imagined that a crocodile was roaming the streets. They all have a great time that day. When Mr. Prim returns home, he finds everyone playing together. He still cannot believe that a crocodile is living in his house. To change his mind, Lyle brings out Mr. Prim's old wrestling outfit and challenges him to a playful fight. To make him happy, Lyle even lets him win on purpose. This excites Mr. Prim, and he and Lyle become good friends. One day, Hector puts on an amazing magic show for everyone. In the end, he asks Lyle to sing. Lyle sings because he likes the Prim family, but Hector now believes that Lyle is ready to perform in front of thousands of people. He starts training Lyle for big shows. Josh tries to explain that family is more important, but Hector does not listen and takes Lyle with him. A few hours later, Hector returns, and Josh's worst fear comes true. Lyle got scared again on stage and could not sing in front of the audience. Meanwhile, Hector leaves again to find a way to pay off his debts. The next day, Mr. Grumps calls a neighborhood meeting and accuses the Prim family of hiding something. He demands that they be removed from the neighborhood. Mr. Prim wants to defend Lyle, but struggles to speak up. Just then, Hector steps in and exposes Mr. Grumps for secretly spying on everyone with cameras. The situation turns against Mr. Grumps, and he angrily vows to take revenge. The Prim family thanks Hector, but he quickly disappears. Soon after, wildlife control officers arrive at their house to take Lyle away. It turns out that Hector secretly reported Lyle in exchange for money. Poor Lyle is still afraid of performing in front of people, so the officers easily capture him and take him to the zoo. Mr. Grumps watches all of this happen with satisfaction. The next day, the Prim family visits Lyle at the zoo. Josh wants to rescue him, but his parents explain that this is the safest place for Lyle. Hearing this, Josh feels heartbroken because Lyle is his only friend, and he gave him the courage to overcome his fears. Suddenly, Josh faints and falls to the ground. That night, Lyle sits alone in the zoo, feeling sad. He cannot connect with the other crocodiles. Meanwhile, Hector takes his money and leaves the city. Back at home, everyone misses Lyle terribly. Mr. Prim puts away his wrestling clothes. Mrs. Prim stops painting, and Josh refuses to eat. Heartbroken, he cries and sleeps on Lyle's empty bed. That evening, Josh sees Hector visiting him. Hector looks ashamed and apologizes for what he did, but Josh ignores everything and goes to his room while Hector sneaks into the zoo alone. Once inside, he locks his wrist to the bars with a handcuff. When a security guard tries to free him, Hector cleverly transfers the handcuff onto the guard's wrist instead. Taking the keys, he quickly runs to Lyle's cage. However, in his hurry, he does not notice the danger. Other fierce crocodiles start moving toward him, ready to attack. At the same time, Josh arrives at the zoo. He tells Hector that he will only help him if Hector admits his mistakes and makes things right. Realizing his errors, Hector sincerely apologizes to Lyle and tells him that he now belongs with his real family, the Prims. Hearing this, Lyle is ready to escape, but by now it is too late. The police have surrounded the zoo, waiting outside. Hector suggests they escape on a bike, but Josh disagrees. He says that Lyle cannot keep hiding forever. He must show the world who he really is. Just then, Josh sees his school's dance competition bus and gets an idea. This is their chance. Hector distracts the police with a magic trick, while Josh and Lyle escape on the bike. They rush to the competition venue. At first, Trudy gets scared when she sees Lyle, but Josh quickly explains everything. Finally, she agrees to let them take the stage in her place. As soon as Josh and Lyle step onto the stage, the audience panics. Everyone is shocked to see a real real crocodile. Seeing their reaction, Lyle also gets scared, and the police arrive to arrest them. In that tense moment, Josh starts singing. Watching him, Lyle finally overcomes his fear and sings in front of thousands of people. The audience is amazed. Everyone cheers for Lyle, and even the police decide to back off. A month later, the Prims are in court because Mr. Grumps has filed a case against them for keeping a crocodile at home. The judge agrees that Mr. Grumps has a valid point. Just before the verdict is announced, Hector bursts into the courtroom with big news. With Loretta's help, he has found the original house documents that Mr. Grumps had stolen. These papers reveal that Hector's grandmother was the founder of the New York Zoo. Because of this, the government had given their family special permission to keep an animal at home. Hearing this, the judge rules in favor of the Prims, and everyone celebrates with joy. The Prims take Lyle out for a fun day, but Hector looks sad. He had already booked shows for Lyle. Just then, Trudy arrives with a surprise gift, a snake that can beatbox. If you had a chance, which wild animal would you want as a pet? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like the video.